So, as a Nigerian in diaspora, you have a competitive edge against naira to dollar rate. When you invest in real estate, you are guaranteed one thing: appreciation over time. Real estate beats inflation. Real estate beats time. Having a real estate investment as one of the most tangible assets we serve as a proof of your hard work. Oh, welcome to this episode of the Lagos Real Estate Insider Podcast, where we'll bring you with the best tips and strategies and the latest real estate investment opportunity in Lagos, Nigeria. So in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing 10 reasons why you need to invest in real estate as a Nigerian in diaspora. If you are just meeting for the first time, my name is Idris Ndagwa at Insiders Real Estate. We help you invest in Lagos real estate, whether it's apartments, land, or any kind of real estate investment that you are looking for in Lagos and Abuja or anywhere in Nigeria, whether you are considering Ogun State or Oyo State. So now let's dive in. So today I'm going to be sharing 10 reasons why you need to invest in real estate as a Nigerian in diaspora. I'm going to be sharing some latest market trend and some of the best real estate investment deals and locations and how to invest in real estate and more. So recently I was having a conversation with some of our clients abroad. Some months ago, President Donald Trump was deporting people from the US, and I was checking on some of my clients. And based on my conversation, it was sure that about 10,000 Nigerians were still hiding, apart from those that were deported. About 3,000 people were deported. So that's why I want to share this with you. And from his experience, you have once met someone who have been living in the country for almost 20 years and didn't have his proper documentation. So that's why I believe this topic is so important that we need to discuss about. So now I want to share 10 reasons why you need to invest in real estate as a Nigerian in diaspora. And the first one is backup plan. Now, life is unpredictable and you don't know what might happen tomorrow. Whether you have your full documentation, look, immigration policy are always changing. So maybe you don't plan to come to Nigeria or you don't want to stay in Nigeria, but you want to have a backup plan in case anything happen. Because look, life is not guaranteed. Immigration policies are always changing. So you never know what tomorrow might come with or what the new policy of immigration might be tomorrow. So that's why you want to have a backup plan. And I believe the best way to make a decision for the future is by studying history. If you look at what has happened in the past, that will give you an insight to the future and making a better decision moving forward. And when we look at what has been happening in the past 5 to 10 years in the UK, US, Canada, Germany, and many other parts of the world, you realize that for every decade, there are always thousands of people being deported. So in the US, current figures show about 10,000 deportations per month, as reported by Reuters. So when President Donald Trump came into administration about a few months ago, it was reported that about 3,000 Nigerians were affected. So apart from that, we're not talking of other countries. Also, in the UK, 24,103 total return between July 5th, 2024 and March 22, 2025. The highest 9 months return figures since 2017. And when we look at Canada, in Canada Refugee Protection Division RPD rejected 13,171 Nigerians asylum claim from January 2013 to December 2024. Of those, 811 were refused in 2024 alone. What this tells us is, as a Nigerian in diaspora, anything can always happen that you might never prepare for. So when you are investing in real estate, as a Nigerian in diaspora, it means you are investing in a backup plan. In case anything happen or when you come back home, it will give you a head start. Just think about an example that I showed you early. of someone that has been in the US for the past 20 years and now have been deported. How do you think that person should start over? And this is one of the things that used to cause depression or suicide. So that's why you always want to have a backup plan. When you are investing in real estate, you are also investing in peace of mind. As a Nigerian in diaspora, when you have a real estate, a property, it gives you a sense of peace of mind that if anything happen, whether it's financially, you can always use your real estate as a backup plan for your financial recovery. Again, I will repeat this. Life is unpredictable. Anything can always happen at any point. So that's why you always want to prepare yourself ahead of time. Now, the second reason why you need to invest in Nigeria real estate as a Nigerian in diaspora is business startup and kids education. Now, maybe you want to start a business to explore new opportunity or after your retirement. Real estate can be your startup fund. And let's take an example. This is Pastor Matthew Ashimowolu. He's one of the top real estate developers in Lagos right now. He was a Nigeria based in the UK some years ago and he was running a ministry in the UK. And after some months, certain things happened that stopped running his ministry and came back to Nigeria. Now, while he was in the UK running his ministry, he was buying lands and investing in Lagos real estate, buying land ahead of time. And after he came back to Nigeria, he started the Macarius luxury brand, which has become one of the luxury brands in Lagos real estate today. So, what this means is you might want to start a business maybe after your retirement or maybe in the nearest future. The earlier you invest, the better because when you invest now, when the time comes for you to start the business, real estate can be the source of finance for the business or can be a source of location of the business. So that's the second reason. And you may be a couple, maybe you are young or you have 2 kids, 3 kids, or 4 kids, and you have been thinking about how will I fund those kids' higher education. When you invest in real estate can be a source of fund for your kids' higher education. This reminds me, I was watching a video by some young couples years ago, and the man was narrating about how they invested in real estate early. They just had a kids at that time, and he was thinking about how will I fund this kid's education. So what the couples did was they went to look for an area where they can buy lots of plot at a cheaper price and hold for at least 25 years. And after 25 years, the land has appreciated and they sold it off. And that was how they made their fortune and was able to fund their kids' education. So you might be thinking of the same. Maybe you are in a similar situation, thinking about how can you fund your kids' education. Look, real estate is the way out. And then the third reason why you need to invest in Nigeria real estate is FX advantage. The exchange rate, Nigeria naira to dollar or naira to pounds rate favor use a lot. Why? Because today, at the time of recording this, naira to a dollar is about 1,500, which means $1,000 is about 1.5 million naira, and $10,000 is about 15.5 million naira. That can get you multiple plots, cheap plots, or even half of a plot in Ibeju Lekki. That is less than the price of a car you drive abroad. So this gives you a competitive edge to invest in real estate. And this remind me of some years ago in 2023, one of my clients invested in one of our properties in Ekpe. And at that time, the property was very affordable. So all he did was exchange $1,000. He invested in the property for about $2,000. He was able to acquire a plot plus documentation and everything. And a lot of Nigerians are now taking advantage of those. Look at a client recently reached out to me. He was looking for a property in Lekki Phase 1 with a maximum of 120 billion naira. Also, here is another one. is looking for a very affordable land that you want to use for farming in Ogun or Lagos. So as a Nigerian in diaspora, what those means is FS rates give you affordable entry price compared to developed countries. Now, when you compare investing in the UK or the US or many advanced countries, it will be very hard for you to invest with $1,000. What do you want to buy with $1,000, even if you are considering mortgage financing? So investing in Nigeria real estate will give you an affordable entry price. With $10,000 to $20,000, you can secure a plot in Lagos, or with $1,500, you can secure a plot of land in Ogun or Oyo State, and even some parts of Lagos like Ikorodu area or Epe Ogun boundary. Within those neighborhoods, you can secure a plot, and with $100,000 or more, you can secure a house in Lagos. Now, when you compare all those prices compared to developed countries, it will be very hard for you to get something like this. So that's why investing in Lagos real estate give you an affordable entry price. Now, the fourth reason why you need to invest in real estate is appreciation and passive income generation. Now, one of the things you get when you invest in real estate is property appreciation. So when we compare Lagos to the US and the UK, for example, the US house price appreciation rate is around 4.5% per year and 3.5% in the UK. But in Lagos, houses in Lagos appreciate between 5 to 15% per annum. And I'm not just telling you this, I'm going to show you shortly. Now, and the lands in Lagos appreciate between 25 to 50% per annum. So if you are investing, maybe because you want to get massive return on your investment, I can tell you that investing in Lagos will give you more property appreciation compared to the US and the UK. Now, this is one of our property in Lekki Phase 1. It's called the Camberwell Advantage 5 in Lekki Phase 1. Now, we launched this property in 2023 at a pre-launch price of 180 million naira. Then at the launch price in 2024 at 200 million naira. And at completion in this 2025, is selling for 260 million naira. By 2026, this property will be selling between 273 million naira to 286 million naira. And in 3 years, that's by 2028, this property will be selling between 300 to 350 million naira. And by 2030, it will be selling between 330 million naira to 350 million naira. That's at a minimum of 5% to 10% appreciation per annum. That's one of the things you get when you invest in Nigeria real estate. Now, when we talk of lands, this is one of our estates. It's No Hills Estate. Last year, we launched this property around October or November, and it was selling for 15 million naira at a pre-launch price. But today, this property is selling 500 square meters, which is the size of a plot, for 45 million naira. Sorry, this is the old price. Today, this property is selling in 2025 is selling for 45 million naira. It's located in Idera housing scheme. So when you think about property appreciation, your property can appreciate more investing in Nigeria real estate compared to the UK or the US. Now, when we talk of passive income, if you want to invest to generate passive income from your property, you can either go through the annual rental route or through Airbnb. Or for land, you can go through property appreciation route or farming and investment scheme where you can buy land and then allow the developer to farm for you based on agreement, whether it's 40-60 or 60-40. Depends on the terms and conditions that the developer gives you. Some of our investors subscribe to those. They buy land, pay for the workmanship, cultivation, and every other thing. And then the developer farm for them. And when the farm produce is ready, the developer sell it out and give return on investment to the investors while you still own your land. Or you can buy very cheap land and farm on it for yourself. So real estate investment is very broad. Depends on the route that you want to take, your investment goal, and what you are looking to get as a return on investment. So number 5 is minimum risk. Now, when you compare real estate investment to stocks or cryptocurrency, you realize that real estate is the best investment. Since the beginning of Earth till today, real estate is still the most tangible asset everyone can own. There's no wealthy man who does not invest in real estate. When you think about the stock market, your investment can be wiped away, especially when the market crash. Same thing to crypto. Thousands of people lose their money during 2021/2022 when Bitcoin crashed from $55,000. So, but when you invest in real estate, you are guaranteed one thing: appreciation over time. Real estate beats inflation. Real estate beats time. Your asset always appreciates with time. That's why real estate is called the most tangible asset. And when we talk about corporate finance, your real estate investment can also be used as a guarantee. Maybe when you are taking business loan, it can be used as an asset for taking a business loan. That's another beauty of real estate. You can use your stock or cryptocurrency as a guarantor to take loan from bank or to take a business loan. So think about that for a second. Number six is retirement planning. Some months ago, I was watching an interview with Mr. Dele Momodu. He's one of the past presidential aspirants in Nigeria. And on the interview, he said something that stuck with me today. He said, the older you grow, the more you tend to make home-based decisions. And I validated this from having conversation with most of our investor and older people. I always get around lots of old people to leverage their experience and expertise. And it's one of the things I've realized that the older you grow, the more you tend to make home-based decision. You always want to retire or come back home to contribute your quota to make a positive impact and to build a legacy that your kids and your generation will be proud of. So coming back home will be one of the best places you want to retire. If you are planning to retire and come back home, and investing in real estate is the guarantee way to that. And then number seven is emotional and cultural connection. Now, maybe you've been hearing Nigeria, and you are born abroad and you want to experience, okay, what is my true origin? Can I experience this? Or maybe you are planning to just come back and experience what Nigeria culture is. Real estate is the way to do that. Or maybe you want to maintain heritage and family ties. Or maybe you want Nigeria training for your kids. One of the things we've also realized in the past 2 to 3 years is a lot of Nigerians in diaspora want Nigeria training for their kids. They want their kids to come back home to study so that they will know our moral, culture, and society value, which is very good because when you live abroad, you live by a different set of rules, and some may favor your values while others may completely go against your value. So when you have a real estate property at home, this gives you a place where your kids or yourself can always come in anytime you are in the country. And number eight is flexible ownership structure. Now, most of the properties in Nigeria now comes with flexible payment plan with 3 to 6 months interest free. So you can always choose a payment plan. We have lots of deals and properties that you can key into with flexible payment plan. You can always choose a flexible payment plan that suits your finance, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. And yeah, some of the deals we have the Rivera Vista apartment in Ikoyi. We also have some in Eko Atlantic City and the Mega One Lagos, Ibeju Lekki. We have a lot of deals available for you beyond just the ones that I'm presenting to you right now. So maybe you are looking for a property or you want to invest in Lagos real estate, you can always reach out to us. And then number nine is property is the only evidence. Now, forget about the bills you are helping the family to cover, or maybe they are demanding a lot from you. When you're abroad, one of the obligations for most Nigerians in diaspora is your family is counting on you. Your family in Nigeria is counting on you. There are a lot of bills that they will be throwing at you, or maybe you always get a lot of financial requests. But forget that. Based on Nigeria that I know, as long as you are abroad for years, one day they will either say it to your face or say it behind you that after all, you spent years abroad and you have nothing to show for. So when you have real estate, when you invest in real estate, it serves as a proof and evidence for your hard work. It's one of the most important things I want you to take from this episode. When you invest in real estate, it gives you a sense of pride, ownership, and a proof of your hard work. Staying and working hard for years. At the end of the day, what do you want to show up for your work? Having a real estate investment as one of the most tangible assets will serve as a proof of your hard work. So I want to encourage you to take a leap. If you're planning to invest in real estate, let this serve as an encouragement for you to take the leap. And lastly, number 10 is legacy. Now, real estate is the best wealth legacy on earth. And before we go further, I want to ask you, what legacy do you want to pass on to your kids beyond just the training, cultural values, societal values, personal values, skills, and training? What is the wealth vehicle that you want to pass on to your kids? Because one of your obligations as a man is not to allow poverty to fall on your kids. So, which means you need to protect their financial future. So if you invest in real estate, look, there are many thousands of stories of how people built empire and pass it on to their generation. So last year I was listening to a story of a man who lived some plots in Banana Island for his kids. Now, as we're talking about the property last year, as I was listening to the story, the property is now worth about 10 billion naira. And the kids did not even need it, they've not touched it. They were only proposing with a developer what they can build on it. So imagine if the kids have nothing to rely on today, the property can serve as a source of financial protection for them. So that's why you also want to take this to account. And this poses a question: is it too late to invest in Nigeria real estate? You know, a lot of people have been saying real estate is overpriced. Nigeria real estate is overpriced. Oh, Lagos real estate is not secure. Oh, the government law is always changing. Yet, we believe all that, but is it too late to invest in Nigeria real estate? As Donald Trump said, opportunities are never lost, just found by those who clearly see the power of trend and timing. And Simon Sinek says, start with why, but know your how. Since we've talked about why you need to invest in real estate, now let's talk about how to invest in Nigeria real estate. And the first step starts with clarity. You want to be crystal clear on the purpose of why you are investing. And the question I want you to ask yourself before any form of real estate investment is, what purpose do I want this property to serve? Are you investing for personal residence, or you are investing because you want to get return on investment, or you are investing for both? And let me break this down. I pay my landlord because we live in the same compound. So the part that is being used for rent are covering the bills for maintaining the property and for his life, because he also stayed in the UK for some years, and after coming back he invested in real estate, and now the property is paying for his life. Also, your investment purpose determines the kind of property you will want to invest in. For example, if you are investing for short time, something you can quickly profit from, buying acres of a bush cannot do that for you. Maybe you want to buy like 10 acres of Ekpe or 1 acre of Ibeju Lekki. It won't serve that purpose for you. If you are looking for short time investment, you have to look for Then buying rapid developing areas won't serve that purpose for you. So to land my point, your purpose of investment will always determine the kind of place and the type of property you invest in. And now, step two is to reach out. All you need to do is to simply reach out to us. You can contact us via 070 44 08 6868 or 080 55 24 74 79. Or you can send us an email to sales@insidersrealestate.com. Again, sales@insidersrealestate.com. There's a link to all our contacts in the description of those videos and in the podcast short notes. So all you need to do is to make your inquiry. Let us know, what are you looking for? What property are you looking for? Are you looking for an apartment? Are you looking for land? And then what location? Is it Lekki, Ibeju Lekki, Ikoyi, Epe, or Ogun State? Just make your inquiry. You can start a conversation by giving us a call or send us a DM on WhatsApp or via a phone call. And if you're on a different time zone, Nigeria is 5 to 6 hours ahead of the US. And for UK and many parts of Europe, our time zone is the same. And in some parts, it's 1 hour ahead. So it's very easy for us to schedule a call, give us a call, let us speak, and then let us know your investment goal, and we'll guide you through all the process. We'll send you all the information of the property, the brochure, the subscription form, and everything. And once you read through the subscription form, then if you want to do your research, you can do your research about the developer. Who is the developer? How long are they been in business? What's their track record? And what are your expected return on investment? And after you've done all your due diligence, and then we can come to the final step, which is closing. When you're ready to close, all you need to do is fill the subscription form and then make payment to the company's account. In the subscription form, you will find the company's account details and everything that you need to know. Fill it, make payment to the company's account, and then send us a proof of payment. And then in your email, you will receive all your documents within 24 to 48 hours. You will receive your receipt of payment, your deed of assignment, and on the allocation day, you will receive your allocation letter and your plot. That's if you are buying a land. And if you are buying an apartment, we will send you an offer letter via your email. Once you accept the offer, make payment to the company's account and then send your proof of payment. Once your payment has been confirmed, you receive all your documents. Property ownership is now made seamless in Lagos. So you don't need to stretch yourself out. All you need to do is just to reach out to us. The steps is not overwhelming. We'll guide you through all the process. So if you're ready to invest in real estate, all you need to do is to give us a call or send us a DM at 070 44 08 6868. Again, 070 44 08 6868 or 080 55 24 74 79. Or you can send us an email to sales@insidersrealestate.com. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and I will see you in my next episode.